What's going on, guys? Hey, I'm making this one. I guess since Tort made his video, I'll make one too. And Tort, before I forget, I'll just tell you, you keep saying it was a 6.5 hour live stream. You didn't give me a timestamp. That's a lie, Tort. I told you it's somewhere from the beginning to the end. Somewhere in that 6.5 hours. That's the timestamp. Can you really blame me? I mean, if I can sucker you into watching them and I don't have to, see what I'm saying? I mean, I knew if you found something, you would make a video about it and I wouldn't have to watch it. I mean, I'd watch your video, I wouldn't have to watch their shit. I'll just go with what you say. See, that's trust, Torp. I trust you. Anyway, here's my point. See, a lot of people might have watched the end of Thunder's live earlier and think maybe I went a little hard at a few people, and maybe I did. But here's the thing. I just don't get it. I really don't. I've said this a million times, and please help me explain this. If I mean, I don't get it. It's like double standards. You see what I'm saying? It's like, remember when Red, Cherry's like, oh, she said my name, and everybody was ready to throw her out of the community. I heard people literally say they wouldn't go to the lounge because Flex wouldn't ban Red because she said Cherry's name. And again, they don't say all the other shit, that made her do that. The year of fucking harassment, the threats, the physical threats, the cussings, and all. Anyway, the point of it is, though, it's amazing how Cherry has said a lot of people's names. You heard Torp last night say that Cherry doxed him. I've been doxed on Cherry's channel. Cherry has said my name multiple times. That's how, when you hear Reese and his wife say my name, that's where they got it from, was from Cherry. But if you didn't know Cherry doxed me, Cherry was a good guy. What he done was he made a community post saying that I was doxed and told you, pretty much people where to find it. So again, I mean, but nobody said, "Oh my God, Cherry did this. If he's allowed on the channel, I won't go there. I won't do this." Nobody gave a fuck. It's just the double standards. That's what I'm saying. How is one person being harassed for a year, then out of anger saying the name, the same as another guy that does all kinds of malicious shit, then causes the problems he does. But then you can still go around him and be like, oh, he's different off of YouTube. It makes no fucking sense to me. It really doesn't. If you're an asshole on YouTube and you do malicious shit, that's the real you. Maybe the person you portray in real life is the fake you. Because even if it's the real them or the not the real them, the point of it is they do malicious shit. So it doesn't matter if they say, oh, this is a character. That character causes problems. He's caused a lot. That's what brought like tonight, when the Trout and Bobby thing. See, you might notice I don't call out a lot of people that go over there, but when I see Bobby, it does it. Because, like I said, I like Bobby. I really do. I just don't know what the fuck's wrong with him sometimes. No offense, Bobs. But what I'm saying, I mean, he knows 100% fact that I wouldn't. I mean, I don't even think a lot of people, if somebody was doing something to him, like calling him a liar, a drug addict, talking about his family, talking about all this, you would never see people that are supporting channels that do that shit. Never. And a lot of their excuses is like, oh, I don't take this serious. I'm just here to hang out. I'm not getting involved in nothing. But you are getting involved because you're going to the channels. What the hell are you doing, dog? My fake dog's making noise. I'm sorry. My fake dog makes real noise. But you're going to those channels and you're there typing. As they say shit, you're there typing. I mean, the other night, not last night, the night before, not the night Trout was there, the night before that. I mean, Serb and Tracy's up there lying their ass off. And even though you weren't in the chat, talking at that moment, I mean, about that subject, you were still like typing away. So they'd be like, right now, if I was doing terrible shit on here, but people was still supporting it, if I was an asshole, I would just keep doing it because there's no reason for me to stop. You're still going to support me. And again, I'm not being a hypocrite because if I do something stupid, like right now, I don't know why, but I kind of felt bad about like saying, Trout can go fuck himself. But, it's 50-50 on that Trout. Because let me tell you why. I remember I remember that night. It was like a 14 or 15, 16-hour live, but I didn't know that they quit recording after 12 hours. I remember you and Bobby sitting on the panel trying to get Eric and convince him that Thunder was this like undercover operative. You didn't say he was undercover DoorDash. What you said was, we don't know why he's here. We don't know who sent. I mean, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? Jesus Christ. But everybody else was up there just agreeing with it. Now, Bobby, you was up there. You didn't say too much, but you was still, there going with it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you was letting him do it. You didn't push back, and you did like, it was either At one time, it was Red ruined the lounge, then it was Thunder, then it was me, then it's me and Thunder. It's like whoever they don't like. That's what ruined the channel. But as you see, the lounge ain't ruined. We have a damn good time there. It's just Flex don't have the bullshit he used to have. Again, Flex is a very, very trusting person. He's he gives a lot of chances. He gives so many chances that he gave one too many to Roy, and you see what happened. But again, no one's going at him and saying, "Ha ha, I told you so." It's more that's why people like Flex. Thunder the same way. Think about this Scott Hall fucker. This guy would have been gone. See, that's another thing I want to talk about real quick. If you really think about it, you'll hear people say like, "Oh, why are you going to Serb, man? He's no fun. Fuck Serb." Or why are you going to Scott Hall? And I agree. See, the Scott Hall thing, when I first heard Thunder talk, and I've told Thunder, I'm like, dude, this guy's a nobody. He's living, he wants this shit, right? And when you think about it, it's like, I mean, not being mean, but he on YouTube. He's got no presence. He's a nobody. He burns himself everywhere he goes. He's an idiot. He just says shit. He'll go to any channel that's like against the channel that he's going at that moment to try to rile shit up. And you heard that. If you ain't heard Thunder's video tonight, go watch that shit. I mean, that's cringy as fuck. The little laughing he does. You got him and Serb up there like jacking each other off, and you got Tracy going, yeah, in the background. And I don't know what she was doing to herself because the end of them yells got really deep. Hey, you do you. It's your channel. Do what you want to. I don't know. But again, see, like me saying, why are you going after Serb would be like somebody ask. I mean, like me asking Thunder why he's going after Scott Hall would be like somebody asking me, like, hey, why are you going after Serb? Because if the person's doing something to you, then you're more apt to go at them, right? But you always got to put yourself there. You seen what Scott Hall said about Thunder. He's making it a mission to fuck with Thunder. And it's kind of weird too because Thunder was the one. If it wasn't for Thunder, and I'm not going after Thunder, I swear to God, but I'm just saying, if it wasn't for Thunder, Scott would have never been brought back. Because I mean, I never thought he was malicious like he was, but I knew he was a fucking idiot. And Thunder did too, but it was like, we didn't think he was that malicious. He was just an asshole. There's a lot of assholes around the lounge. I'm one of them. But what I'm saying is, that's what we thought he was. But then when we started seeing, so like I said, 3 days before all this, I kind of started seeing, I was like, I was going to say something like, man, this guy's going to be trouble. But again, I kept giving the benefit of the doubt. And look what happened. But same with Serb. People will be like, oh, Serb's born. He's not fun to fuck with, right? And he's really not. He is born. He's a liar. He's a cocksucker and all kinds of shit. But with a face like his, that vagina face, looks like cocks belong there. Well, all offense, Serb, you son of. Anyway, my point of it is, see, Serb sits around there. He says, I'm a drug addict. They talk about my daughter. They do. I mean, the dude is obsessed with us. That's all he can do is talk about us. So, of course, we're going to point it out. Because if we didn't, just like we was talking about the Scott Hall thing, if Thunder didn't do that video and Scott Hall just kept going around lying and lying and kind of getting more people, and I hate to even say recruiting people because it kind of makes me sound like I'm on their playground thing, like having a counsel for a fucking Dennis. I mean, Dennis don't have a car, does he? Dennis, you ain't got. I mean, I ain't going at you on this because you're going to do it. I hope you got that job. I really do. I'm serious about that. I hope you got the job because you fucking need it. But Dennis ain't got a job. He ain't got a car. He ain't got a house. But he's got a goddamn counsel. Times have changed. I swear to God, man. I think I'll go back to Tennessee, go back in the mountains, and say fuck everybody. So peaceful up there. But anyway, I'm just saying, unless somebody's going at you personally, sometimes you don't see. So that's like when Thunder wanted to go out at Scott Hall, not go at him. He just wanted to put. That's what I'm saying. We're not attacking Scott Hall. We're just showing his bullshit. So as soon as Thunder said that, I was all in because I knew why he was doing it. And Thunder's my friend. I'm like, fuck it, I'm in. Let's do it. Now, if Thunder was up there lying and making shit, of course I wouldn't do it. But Thunder wouldn't do that. That's why me and Thunder are still friends. That's how when you see someone's true character, that's how you become friends with. Just like Flex, they're both damn good people. They don't do malicious shit. They ain't have to hurt nobody. You know, they want to come on here and hang out, but you got to call out the bullshit. And that leads me about Trout. This is why I said what I did. See, I mean, even a couple weeks. I mean, I don't even think it was a week to be honest. Thunder might remember the exact time because I couldn't believe we would got he'd be fishing or something. He'd be doing a live stream and it was pretty cool. I always liked Trout. We would go in there, but then late at night on Eric's because now Cherry doesn't like Thunder. All of a sudden, Trout is now like regurgitating, literally regurgitating Cherry's bullshit, telling people like, "Oh, we don't know why he's here. He's this and that." I mean, he's a channel killer. That's everything Trout said. Everything. Then, what, 2 or 3 months after that, Eric and Lee's driving down the road. Eric's wondering why his channel's not doing real good. And Lee's like, whoa, no, remember that Thunder interview? Yeah, remember Trout tried to tell us Thunder's a channel killer. And Eric's like, yeah, he did say that, didn't he? And at one point, I wanted to yell, like, mute the mic, dumbass. No offense, Eric. But then other parts, like, yeah, keep talking. Because they told it all. But Eric, that's not what hurt your channel. What hurt your channel is you let stupid ass people. And again, it's kind of like, I mean, I can't, I ain't knocking you. I'm just saying that's like, you're kind of like that person too, man. You give everybody the benefit of the doubt, and it ends up fucking you sometimes because the people that you would let on your channel, you kind of helped them out. I mean, if you get anything, Tracy, Serb, all of them, they owe everything to you, Eric, and that's a fucking fact. I'm not saying. I mean, Serb went around. He was on. No one cared. When he came up on your channel, he kind of got known. He left you to go to Hector's because he would get more like traction over there. He thought. Now he's got a channel. Tracy's got a channel. They want to talk about the drama. They want to talk about bullshit. So they don't go to your channel, and it's sad to see that because, dude, and that's why a lot of us don't go to your channel more, Eric, because of the people around there. And it's not saying, oh, get rid of them. That's why we're not coming. No, I'm saying like I don't know. It's like when you let people like that around, nothing good can come out of it, Eric. And I think you're seeing that now. You'll see and if not, you'll see soon enough. But I think you'll be all right, buddy. If you just get back on track like you was doing, you'll be fine. You're a good person. Your girlfriend seems like a really good person. But Eric, you're a really good guy. It's hard to you're kind of like Bobby in the aspect. It's hard to stay mad at. But Bobby, I'm getting there with your ass. But anyway, about Trout. See, Trout would go around talking shit. He like again, he would talk to Cherry. It was like, I mean, flying the Cherry icons. What grown man? Yeah, Bobby, you did it too. Eric, this was you too. Now it's Sir. But anyway, you're going around flying Cherry icons. Like, oh, I love it when Cherry tells people to go fuck them. I mean, weird motherfuckers you guys are. You got to admit that, Bobs. That's not going at you. I'm not even mad at you. I'm serious. I'm not mad. I'm just saying that's cringy as fuck. I mean, if I remember playing sports. Like if somebody got hurt back in high school, yeah, you would wear their number on something, but you didn't go around. I mean, I don't know. I'm not even getting into that shit. That's cringy as fuck. But it's like Cherry would come back. He would destroy a community. Think about the doxing. Cherry's all about doxing. That's all he fucking talks about. Since Cherry's been gone, how many people's been doxed? Where's all the eyeball people at? Where's all these malicious people doxing and people's names being said everywhere? It's funny. It happens all around Cherry. Cherry goes away for a while. The shit stops happening. When he comes back, watch magically how people start getting doxxed. And think about how he does it. He doxes people on his side of things. That way, people think like, oh yeah, it's coming from that other side. Like you all trying to blame Flex for, dude. Flex is like the most anti-doxing person I've ever fucking seen in my life. Little small things he will stop people. Little bitty things. I mean, to help them. That's like them trying to say Flex was collecting information. Serb was saying that. So let me get this straight, you stupid motherfucker. You're saying Flex will warn people. He'll warn them saying, "Hey, your name's showing there. You might want to change it. If you don't know how, here's how you change it." So he's doing that so he can steal their name to do malicious shit. So I mean, I'm not a fucking genius like you are, sir, but I would say if he was going to do that, he'd be better off just to see the name, not say a goddamn thing, than do something because nobody would know he's seen it. You see what I'm saying? I don't know. It's just amazing. But again, please somebody explain to me, please. How is it okay to go to a channel that is lying their ass off about people? You know they're lying. You 100% know they're lying. You don't even question them out. You don't call them out. Because it's funny, Bobby. I've seen you go to the lounge and like when drama starts getting talked about, you'll be like, I'm not here for that. If you're doing that, I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I'm out. I'm out. It's funny. You'll do that to Cherry. And you know why? You know why, Bobby? Because you knew Cherry would get that ass. And that's the problem. You get coddled. You get coddled over here. You're not out of the blanket yet, Bobby, but you're at the fucking edge of the blanket. I'm telling you, man. You're gonna do something. Conqueef, talk to him. Do something. I'm just saying this shit ain't right, Bobby. If they were doing that shit to you, we wouldn't be doing it. No one's ever saying, of course no one can say you can't go here, you can't go there. But the excuse is saying like, oh, I'm not here for that. I'm just here to hang out and have fun. Well, Bobby, I'll tell you this: it's not fun for people to talk about my daughter. It's not fun to people to tell lies about me. It's not fun at all for people to say, Bobby, why don't you ask them the next time they say that? Do that, Bobby. Spend your time wisely. Hell, make it count for something. Next time they call me a liar, Flex a liar, Thunder a liar, any of us, ask them, what do they lie about? Tell us that. Because I'll tell you this, Bobby, next time we say something about them, call me out on it. I'll tell you. And if I'm wrong about it, I'll admit that and apologize to them. But Bobby, guess what? I ain't wrong. They proved it all. You're over there with a little sociopath. Even if you say like, oh, he's a good guy. No, he's not. Serb's a fucking. I mean, Serb and Scott Hall. I think they'll end up being really good buddies. See, both of them are fucking. I guess real life failures that literally they crave attention. And I can prove that because think about it. If why would Serb lie and show pictures of people he's not? Why would he tell all these stories about how rich he is? Make another fucking account to go around and talk about. Oh, I'd love to have Serb's life. Oh, Serb's so lucky. Oh, I wish I was Serb. Oh, Serb. Then Serb would even use dog as like a fake bodyguard. He'd be like, oh yeah, dog's very protective of me. Then if somebody would make Serb mad, within a few hours the next day, dog would come in there talking shit. And Serb's like, what's he talking about? Ask Eric about the nap thing. Eric made a joke one time. Somebody asked where Serb was at. Eric said, "Oh, he's napping." And what it was, I guess he was taking care of, his family or something. I have no idea. But Eric did a joke, and immediately Eric said, "He's like, oh, he's napping." He's like, "No, no, man, he's taking care of his family." Nothing was said. Dog comes in there later and going off like, "Man, what you said about Serb was ridiculous. Serb, you're a little bitch. I swear to God, what a pussy." But anyway, he went in there and said all that shit to Eric, and Eric's like, "Yeah, I know. I'm sorry." He's like, "No, no, you don't owe me an apology. You owe Serb." So then dog leaves. Serb comes back. Eric apologizes. Don't ever do that shit again, Eric. Next time, well, of course, dogs. I mean, dude, he even got you to lie for him. He got you to sit there and, I mean, oh, you seen dog take down a guy. No, you didn't, Eric. If you seen a guy do anything, it wasn't fucking dog or it was Serb taking nobody down. As much shit as I said about Serb, you think if he was 5% of a man, he'd want to do something about that shit. And Serb, if I ain't touched the nerve yet, tell me what to say and I will say it. Anything. I don't care. Just tell me what to say to piss you off and I'll do it. Blaze, that goes double for your little fucking pussy ass. I'm telling you. But anyway, the whole point of this video was actually I was going to be nice, but I can't talk about them and be nice. I'm sorry. But see, Trout, I seen the true you. I seen the you that you would kiss Cherry's ass. You did all that stuff was going on. You would regurgitate his bullshit. Then when it went bad and people started getting doxxed, you ran out of there. See, now you try to come back in, and I guarantee you talked to Cherry. I mean, I don't know that for a fact. But it's funny, I don't see how anybody seen the trouble and shit he caused and thinking like, oh, it's a good time to say that's my buddy and come back and fly fucking. I don't know. I don't get you guys. I really don't. That notification goes away. There we go. Anyway, I just don't get it. And Bobby, I really don't get you. I mean, saying, oh, you wouldn't know, you don't understand. Cherry offline's a whole different person. Nobody gives a fuck, Bobby. It's what he does online. What he does makes us the way we are. Even if that's the thing, if he wants to be offline and never came online and never done nothing, nobody would give a fuck. But what Cherry does is he convinces people that he's this good guy offline. But Bobby, he's told all your private phone calls. I mean, dude, how in the I don't even want to get into that. Jesus Christ. My point is, I started to make this video to say I probably went up, maybe a little too far when I said go fuck. No, I didn't. Probably didn't go far enough now I think about it. But I'm gonna sleep on it. I'm just saying, tell me how I'm wrong. How is it okay for people to sit in a fucking channel when they're lying their ass off and they're lying their ass off? You stay there and you don't even call it out. But yet you'll go to a channel that you know is telling the truth about them. Then if somebody brings up something, oh, you're putting me on the spot. I'm not going to say what you want me to say. Bobby, you said that a million times. Oh, you just want me to say this? Nobody wants you to say a goddamn thing. You're sounding like fucking Roy on that. The truth's the fucking truth. So you're telling me if I ask you a question, your friendship with them won't let you tell the fucking truth because you think you're going to start trouble by telling the truth? Think about that, Bobby. If you can't speak the truth because you might make someone mad, you might be on the wrong side of things. I'm telling you, man, you're at the very corner of that blanket. Keep fucking around, you're out of the blanket, Bobby. Back with Cherry under that goddamn blanket. But Trout under there too. Trout, you disappoint the fuck out of me, man. I used to think you were a halfway decent guy. I used to like you, but the shit I used to hear you say about Thunder, I've never really heard you say nothing about me. I'm sure you have, but I've heard you talk about Flex. I've heard you talk about Thunder. Thunder ruined this. Thunder did this. Thunder's like a fucking undercover DoorDash operative. I mean, you didn't say that. You just said you don't know why he's here. We don't know who sent him. What the dude? You got, I don't know. It had to come from Cherry because I don't think you're that dumb, Trout. I really don't. That's some shit like Cherry. He gets that shit in your guys' heads. You go around, you keep saying it, you regurgitate it for him. It's the same thing with all that. Cherry knows like he got Roy and fucking Reese to take down the lounge. Then you might say, well, you don't know that. You don't. Yes, I do. I mean, literally month before any of that shit happened, he literally said, "I'm taking you down." He's the first one to start talking about striking channels. He told Hector, he made a post saying, "If anybody uses any of Hector's shit, we're striking you." Next thing you know, you guys take the lounge down. Cherry don't say shit until one day after the lounge goes down. He knows it's gone. He goes out with a big fake ass apology and runs off, leaving Roy and Reese sitting there. I mean, at least Reese had the balls enough to call, Hector and Cherry bitches, especially Cherry when he went off on him because Reese knew what he did. Roy's too fucking stupid, I guess, to understand. I think Roy knows it. I don't know why. I mean, I don't know. See, this video's. I'm blaming Torp for this one. See, Torp, this is your fault. You didn't give me a timestamp. But I'm gonna go now, and I'm just saying, please, 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 if anybody knows why it's okay for them to do that shit over there and hang out with them, even though if we done it or anybody else done it, there'll be a bad person. Because again, my example is their real life friend, the people who is in real life, this man has helped them in real life. They would say they're not going back to his channel. That would be Flex because he won't ban Red when all Red did was say a name after being attacked for over a fucking year. Even though the guy they're saying that about getting all going, he says everybody's name and doxes everybody. Think about that. Don't go fuck yourselves tonight. Go halfway fuck yourselves and use the other time to think about this and let me know. Y'all have a good one.